introduce yourselves and say hello.
Hi, my name's Colin.
Nick.
Brendan, what's up?
It's all good. It's all good. Thanks for coming down, and thanks for talking to Punk TV. How's the tour been going for you guys, and how many shows do you have in front of you?
We're doing the whole thing this year, and it's been actually amazing so far. I'm having a blast.
Pretty smooth. Pretty smooth.
Yeah, I was actually completely dreading it, the heat and the exhaustion and loud noises and everything, but we met like hundreds of people in 2 days. It's been the most fun thing ever. So.
What do you think of Canada? Have you been able to get outside of the shows in Vancouver and Calgary?
Not as much, but we've been to Canada a few times, and it's always good when we're here, as long as we get through the border.
Yeah. All right, so tell us about the new album.
Okay. Well, it's called On Letting Go, and it came out in the end of May, and we're super excited about it. It's our second full length. It's on Equal Vision Records.
It's good.
Sweet. It's a good record.
Tell us, is there a philosophy behind the band? Did you guys kind of, was there any kind of theme or anything that you put into this one?
Into this record?
Yeah.
Not that I really know of, just kind of letting everything flow naturally, do what we do, and we play together.
Sometimes it's said that the first album represents everything that's kind of been ever created in your mind, and then the second album, the sophomore release, is kind of like the tell-all for bands. Do you kind of believe that your whole life is built up for that one album, or is it possible to kind of get that out of the way, just like first time you make love, you get that one out of the way, and then the second one is better? I don't know.
It's all about, I think, like our fourth or fifth. I think it's going to be a thing where we're probably always going to be looking, forward to the next record we write, and this one felt better and more natural than the first one, and I'm sure it'll just keep going in that progression. Otherwise, we won't be doing it. So.
Does Circa survive right on the road? Are you guys the studio writing band, or how does the writing on the road work for you?
This is really probably the first time that we might actually be able to utilize the road for recording, just because there's so much downtime. You know what I mean? You play half an hour and then you're here. I don't even know.
We wrote like a lot of stuff, just like each of us alone would write things, would have ideas, but then now we actually have the ability to sit down together and put things together on the bus.
You guys would just write out your individual parts together and then get together and try to create something. Now you guys have kind of evolved as a songwriting team.
Definitely. I think it's always going to be a little bit of, both, us all writing as a group and then us also writing on our own time. And, I mean, there's stuff that'll just come up even when you just do a little sound check. You play a little thing and it's cool when you remember it, and then you bust it out in practice, and then whatever. Same thing, like, we bring acoustics with us everywhere now, so it's like you never really know when the time is going to happen, and something just kind of flows out of you.
Did you guys ever get motivated to do acoustic sets or go out and do acoustic shows?
Yeah, we actually just got to do a couple acoustic shows when we had our record released. So we did some in-stores, and we did it all acoustic rather than having it be awkwardly loud in a little record store. And it actually was great, and something I think we'll probably definitely try to do more of, because it was a very unique vibe and sounded really cool. So.
Yeah, we totally got to just basically rewrite all the songs and play them with a different energy, and it was just like I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Well, I know it's been hot and it's been a long day. Yeah, it's like doing a cover song. I know, brother, I know. It's like doing a cover song of your own song. You know what I mean? Because once you get to take it out of the energy and everything that went into the original. And speaking of which, when you guys are recording, are you like a live off the floor band, or are you like a drums and bass and guitar part 2, guitar part 3, vocals, and then go back and redo those parts? Or do you like to get it as live off the floor as you can?
It's a little bit of both. The one thing that we tend to focus on heavily, at least with our producer the last couple times, was pre-production, where that's all basically live, where we're just hashing out all the different things that we might change here and there, and it entails just all of us playing the songs together a lot. But then when we actually get down to tracking it, it's mostly, individual tracking. But I think we're probably all pretty anxious to try some live tracking next. So
capture that energy.
I often feel like the very first take that we do, like whether it be, like we just did some TV performances recently, and they're like, all right, we're going to run through it once, and then we just like nail it that time. And then the next time we're like, so I feel like there's definitely a really cool energy to the first take of everything.
There's a lot of stuff that, like he was saying with the pre-production, like the pre-production demos have a bunch of like little flubs in it, like mistakes that are actually kind of cool in a way, you know what I mean? Even though they're obviously mistakes, it's like, it's neat, you know what I mean? And it would be cool to kind of have stuff like that.
Happy accidents.
Yeah. So I busted out like a wah solo that I could never repeat again, and so we just have like this pre-production track that I listen to all the time because I'm like, how the hell did I do that? But no one's ever gonna know it, just me. That's awesome.
Well, we got two questions that we ask everybody, and the first one is, which of the following experiences have you had? Have you seen the face of God? Have you had an alien encounter? Or have you seen a ghost?
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
2 and 3. So.
Yeah. I'd say I might have had 2 and 3, and possibly half of 1.
He's out. He's clean.
No comment. All right, so what it is, we're trying to find a way to bridge the space between all different kinds of bands, you know, and all different kinds of philosophies and mentalities, and hoping maybe somebody's seen the face of God or believes in something, because this world is sorely lacking in people that have any kind of belief in anything.
Hey, I'm searching. I feel like I have been for a long time, and I think that we're all kind of searching, so we don't have the answers.
All right, the last question is, what would surprise kids most to learn about Circa Survive?
We're not as serious and like artsy as people think we are. We're kind of nerdy.
Circa Survive, Warped Tour 2007.